Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the Red Cross in Kentucky is fighting multiple fronts as it continues to support Hawaii and prepare for Hurricane Idalia. And construction work is up and running in Whitley County for some much-needed road repairs.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:32 on August 29th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, I feel like the topic of this morning is just that rain for today. I know that people need to be prepared and definitely have their raincoats, umbrellas,
right?
Especially with students going to school this morning.
Exactly. Only one district left to go back. That's tomorrow. That's Williamsburg Independent, I do believe, that we discovered that yesterday. But after that, everybody's back in session, so be careful on the roads today. After today, though, smooth sailing all the way into Labor Day weekend. So let's see what's going on out there as we start our day this morning. A little bit of rain showing up on live pinpoint Doppler radar. It's clustered just north of the radar there in Breathitt County at Jackson up toward the Wolfe County line. Campton, you're getting ready to get a pretty good little shower. Kind of east of Beattyville there in Lee County, kind of right there along the Owsley and Breathitt County line. Also south of Salyersville in Magoffin County there this morning, heading over toward Prestonsburg. And then we scoot on down to parts of Buchanan and Dickinson counties coming out of Pike County there. You see the Feds Creek area getting a pretty good little shower this morning. So again, be careful out there on the roads. Temperatures upper 60s, low 70s, 65, Irvin to 72, and Harlan. A little rain cooled air going through Irvin there this morning. State and region wide already down to 59 in Carbondale, Illinois, 58 across the river in Cincinnati. So the front is trying to work its way through here, and by tomorrow, what a difference a day makes. Temperatures today will top out in the upper 70s. Still going to be a bit muggy, so some thunderstorms possible a little bit later this afternoon, but no severe weather on the table. The flood watch you see on your screen there is only for Logan County, West Virginia. Only Logan County. Nobody else is included in that. Doesn't even kick into effect till this afternoon, so we'll keep you posted on that. Olivia?
All right, Brandon, thank you. A man is accused of working with a store employee to steal from the business, then make it look like someone had actually broken in. It happened at the Barberville convenience store in Artemis. Police say employee Janie Bingham closed the store Sunday night, but intentionally left William McDonald inside. McDonald took several items and nearly $700 in cash. Police say he then unlocked the door, left the store, locked the door back, and used a hatchet to break glass, making it look like the store was broken into. Both McDonald and Bingham were arrested and charged with theft by unlawful taking or disposition and second-degree criminal mischief. A 29-year-old woman from Hazard has died after she was reportedly hit by a semi on I-64 in Rowan County. Investigators say Linda Reed was struck by the semi just before 5 yesterday morning as it was traveling east on 64 just before the Moorhead exit. She was pronounced dead at the scene by the Rowan County coroner. Traffic on the interstate was shut down for a short period of time. Several agencies are preparing to send down crews to help with hurricane relief efforts in Florida this week. That includes the Red Cross in Kentucky. But while they're planning for that, Jeremy Toms shows us how they're continuing their efforts in Maui.
Nearly 3 weeks have passed since Maui fell victim to one of the deadliest wildfires in American history. With months or even years of recovery ahead, Steve Cunanan says the Red Cross remains hard at work.
Right now, we have 2,000 homes that are either have been totally destroyed or have major damage and are unlivable.
He says the group of Kentuckians with the agency in Lahaina has more than doubled since we spoke to them on August 17th.
And they've been deployed multiple times. One person has been deployed about 40 times to disasters.
And he's heard from them about what they're experiencing.
When you are in other situations, a tornado, a hurricane, you see things that you recognize. You see parts of structures. There's just nothing there anymore.
Cunanan says these Red Cross workers are bringing supplies, planning temporary shelters, offering monetary support, and more. He's seen disasters in this very state where the recovery has taken years.
Both the flooding in eastern Kentucky and the tornadoes in western Kentucky.
And he says they intend to be there alongside the victims through those years.
We still have a team on the ground right now that's working in long-term recovery. So they are working with organizations to provide housing, weather radios, and storm shelters. So the same kind of a situation, I think, will play out in Hawaii.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Cunanan says they are pre-positioning shelters and food supplies while also preparing teams of people to respond to Idalia. Kentucky Transportation Jim Gray also signed an order yesterday. It will temporarily suspend certain restrictions on commercial vehicles involved in relief efforts in Florida and other states with storm damage. The Kentucky Blood Center is having a blood drive every day of the week, and they kicked off day one yesterday. One phlebotomist says each donation they receive can save up to 3 lives. Summertime is in the middle of trauma season, and donations are needed now more than ever to accommodate for blood loss in different situations. The KBC Blood Mobile will be making a stop here in Hazard at 242 Village Lane on Thursday, September 7th from noon to 4 p.m. A Clark County family says their infant daughter is in need of a life-saving liver transplant. At just 5 days old, the baby started showing signs of an issue. 2 weeks after her birth, Evelyn was diagnosed with biliary atresia, bile backup into the liver of babies whose ducts are damaged or non-existent. This can turn into cirrhosis or end-stage liver failure. Evelyn was added to the transplant list last month and has been at Cincinnati Children's Hospital since May.
Right now we're trying to do everything we can to just give her the best support and medical care and things that we can to keep her healthy.
Nicole Markham says it has been a lot to manage since she is having to deal with other expenses as well as taking care of her other daughter who is 4 years old. However, they say they are thankful for continued support. The next step is to get Evelyn better and to move her out of hospital care. Road construction is back underway in Whitley County. The county is working on 8 projects involving repairs to roads that were damaged during last year's flood. After repairing the worst section of Dow Road, construction workers began working on the 2 slides on that road yesterday. The projects have been going on for about a year, and project director Amber Owens says it's encouraging to see progress being made.
I mean, several of these roads are because of the flooding and just normal wear and tear, are in pretty bad condition. And so I'm sure that this will make a lot of people in those neighborhoods very happy to see that the projects are finally moving forward.
Owens expects the Dow Road repair projects to be completed within the next month. The USDA Rural Development is awarding nearly $4.8 million to Wise County, Virginia to improve the Public Service Authority's water system. That announcement came from Congressman Morgan Griffith's office yesterday morning. The investment includes the replacement of more than 29,000 feet of water line and the installation of 12 gate valves. It is not too late for flood victims to participate in a home buyout program. The Natural Resources Conservation Service Emergency Watershed Protection Home Buyout Program is still underway. The sign-up was extended until September 30th. This is for anyone in Breathitt, Perry, Knott, and Letcher counties with first-floor impacts from the July 2022 flood.
You can always reach out to the Perry County Conservation District office to get more information and make application no matter which one of the 4 counties that you're in. Any questions that you have, we will address, and we want you to put in an application to see if you qualify so we can help you to get to safer ground within one of the 4 counties or someplace else you may wish to live.
You can learn more about the program on our website at WYMT.com. COVID cases are climbing in many counties. The Lexington-Fayette County Health Department says last week there were 264 lab-confirmed cases of COVID. At the start of the month, there were 106. COVID, along with other illnesses, forced some school districts to be closed at some point last week, such as Lee County, Magoffin County, and Jenkins Independent. Now many local officials are looking at how they can prevent more outbreaks.
First and foremost, the most effective way to decrease the transmission of disease is to wash your hands. Secondly, if you do not feel well, stay home.
Whether it is COVID, RSV, or the flu, officials say it is important to stay up to date on the spread of illnesses in your area. Coming up, Disney's visual effects crew may soon be unionized and join the list of organizations on strike.
We're tracking our forecast here at home and watching the tropics as Idalia has strengthened into a hurricane early this morning. I'll have the latest on both in about 3 minutes.